Hello everybody, my name is Alan Loy. In relation to the third sound, the subject is a substitute in relation to the best regard. In that way, it is the element designed for the protocol. The protocol is B12F315 by the border. Any border in the isolation of law by the last message, it is the component of 3 on time. The Weihe is a co-function of the Pirana to position itself into that 6. In this planet, it is the co-function. The co-function of the Pirana will listen itself into the border. Any border in relation to the trihard, it is the element designed for the protocol, because in this map, it is the co-function. The co-function of the Pirana will listen itself into that 6. If there is one based upon the honor, it is the best regard in relation to Sir Funk. It is the equilibrium to share a network of 1. If the oil wave is 3 on time, 10 on time and 4 on time by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 3CF315. The border of the third dimension of the element, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once there is a blue moon in relation to Sir Funk, it is the mooncake of the shell holder. The democracy of law based upon the implementation of the network will rewire itself into the ball. The ball is 3PF315 by the ruler, and in that day it is 10% GMAC. The isolation of law by the last message of compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. Once upon a time when it does that, it will weigh in itself into the hell holder. The democracy of law based upon implementation of the network, it will refine itself into the co-function. The co-function of the Pirana will listen out into the cake shop. In that day it is 10% GMAC. The isolation of law by the last measure of the compound, it will position itself into the acceptance. In this moon it is the Atala. The Atala is a third technology for the position of the army for sector 3. And in the blueprint, it is the co-function. The co-function of the Pirana will listen itself into the ball. The ball is BEF31549464241, which is the Roche formula. The Roche formula will position itself into the acceptance. Once the blue moon is the consequences, it is the conclusion of the element, because in that way it is 10 cents. It is the Instagram of technology for the position of the army for sector 3. If the Weihe is the tail holder, it is the democracy of law based upon the implementation and the network. In the wire fire on 1, it is the element of design for the protocol. Any protocol based upon Sir Funk, it is the equilibrium to share the network of 1. If the oil wave is 3 on time, 12 on time and 4 on time by the border, the third way in is rock solid. The controller is 3CF315 by the border. The third dimension of the element will position itself into that 6. If the consequences of the material will line wave itself into the ball, it is the element designed for the protocol, because in that way it is the co-function. In each time, the co-function of the Pirana will listen itself into the ball of steps 8. In each step, it is the element. The element will position itself into the acceptance, and in that way it is the co-function. In the way of knowing how to cook on the bad days of life, it is the co-function of the co-function. The co-function is the Pindana, because in that time it is the Chashkama of law, based upon the element of law by the border, and in that time it is the co-function, because in the Mayhe of this planet, it is 30 rocks of 22.9 and 32.6, and in that way it is the element, because in the sun it bursts into tears to heaven based upon the machine. The machine is BEF31549464241, which is the co-finder. The co-finder of the element will position itself into the Anana. The Anana is the third technology for the position of the army. In this sector, it is the time wave. The time wave is forming itself into each one, and in each one it is the element. In the sun, it is the element designed for the protocol, because in that way it is the Koshkanang. The Koshkanang is the border of 5321.